Thank you, Amara, and welcome to Sports News. Kwara State Government is set to establish golf and table tennis academies to train youth for national and international competitions. The State Governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, disclosed this after performing the ceremonial teeing off during Kwara at 50 Open Golf Championship at Ilorin Golf Course. Governor Ahmed said the idea of establishing the two academies is to support the Kwara Football Academy.
50th anniversary golf tournament of Kwara, which is quite monumental for us because, as you know, we have the intention of making Kwara State a golf hub. We'll try to push this through making it very attractive, through making it a destination for golfers to come in here, train, enjoy themselves in Kwara State. For us, this is just the beginning. We want to see that Kwara State Golf Club stands tops within the committee of golf courses in the country and indeed in the West African sub-region. So we'll try to give all we can to make sure that this one gets to the top levels.
The Kwara State Governor there, Abdul Fattah Ahmed. Elsewhere, Real Madrid playmaker James Rodriguez has signed for Bayern Munich on a 2-year loan deal. Rodriguez will have a medical with the German Giants before completing his move to the Allianz Arena. Bayern will also have the option to buy the Colombia international permanently at the end of the loan deal on June the 30th. Tennis now, and Venus Williams handed out another lesson to one of Wimbledon's young upstarts when she outclassed Jelena Ostapenko 6-3, 7-5 to become the oldest women's semi-finalist for 23 years. The five-time champion, who turned 37 last month, tamed the 20-year-old Latvian with a rock-solid performance. Venus, who had already disposed of a 21-year-old and two teenagers en route to her 38th Grand Slam quarterfinal, barely faltered against the French Open champion, whose magnificent 11-match winning run in majors came to an end. Meanwhile, Garbiñe Muguruza powered into her second Wimbledon semi-final in the last 3 years with an emphatic 6-3, 6-4 win over Russian 7th seed Svetlana Kuznetsova. Since winning her maiden Grand Slam title at the French Open last year, Muguruza has struggled to return to the top, and this is her first major semi-final since that Roland Garros triumph. Beaten the 2015 Wimbledon final by Serena Williams, the 23-year-old has a golden opportunity to lift the Venus Rosewater dish for the first time, while the 23-time major winner is sidelined, preparing for the birth of her first child.
I think that's the toughest part, knowing that you got there and you're playing, quarterfinals of Wimbledon. That is,
And with the women on Wimbledon, we end on Sports News for tonight. I'm Barong, Tony Ranta, and Amarachi. We're back for the wrap.
The United Nations says at least 80,000 people have fled fighting in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The latest fighting broke out in South Kivu Province's Fizi territory. Government troops clashed with National Coalition of the People for the Sovereignty of Congo, a new alliance of local self-defense militia. The rebels seized several towns last month before beating back by government troops, according to the army, which said at least a dozen people were killed in the clashes. Conflict has forced more than 1.5 million Congolese to flee their homes this year, far more than in Iraq and in Syria. More than 3,000 have died since October last year, when the insurrection against the governments in central Congo's Kasai region began. Donald Trump Jr. has released the email thread of conversation between him and Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya, offering him very high-level and sensitive information to help incriminate Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Publicist Rob Goldstone claimed the information was part of Russia and its government's support for Mr. Trump. Goldstone subsequently offered to set up a meeting with a Russian attorney to discuss the information. The publicist, who represents the son of an Azerbaijani-Russian businessman close to the Russian government, claimed in an email to Trump Jr. in June last year that a top Russian prosecutor had offered Trump Sr. some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary Clinton and her dealings with Russia. Since he was elected, President Trump has been dogged by allegations that Russia tried to sabotage Clinton's campaign. He's also denied knowledge of this, and the Russians have denied interfering with the elections. Meanwhile, senators in Washington are calling for Donald Trump Jr. to testify before the Congressional Committee investigating possible Russian interference in the election. And the main news again. Acting President Professor Yemi Osinbajo has arrived in the United Kingdom, where he is visiting President Muhammadu Buhari, who is receiving medical treatment. Also today, the National Assembly held an emergency session over incessant flooding in parts of the country. And son of U.S. President Donald Trump Jr. has released an email chain showing conversation with Russian lawyer on Hillary Clinton and the U.S. elections. Thanks for watching the news at 10 tonight. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.